Greetings. So, I'm a little hungover after being up until 7 o'clock this morning, drinking with Tree and Fool and firing rockets at each other. But, time for Darkest Dungeon. There's going to be a little distortion, probably, along the top of this video. It's something to do with my screen size. I've tried getting rid of it a variety of ways. I've yet to find a successful way of doing so, but you're just going to have to put up with it. This game is far too cool not to do a run through and show some of you guys. So, I've got half a bottle of port left. And let's go.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
So yeah. I'm just going to rename my first two guys. In case it wasn't entirely obvious, we've actually crashed on our way to our town. The first adventure in the game is we have to fight our way to the hamlet, which will be our future base of operations. Okay, so I've got a highwayman who's got some stuff, and a crusader. What could possibly go wrong? When you're in an adventure, you'll move around. There's a little map down here. You choose which place you're moving
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
I'm going to leave the narrator on to start with because he is kind of cool, but
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion.
surprised
That all may hear of your
bastards.
arrival.
He does get a little repetitive after a while. Now, combat is vaguely turn-based. I'm not going to explain the whole game to you. I do recommend getting it and playing it. If you want to learn about the mechanics and how to play it, there's a bunch of great how-to videos on YouTube. I recommend both Side Strafe and Jingles. I'm mostly just going to play it and have fun. So to start with, we've got a brigand, and our highwayman is going to open his veins. Excellent. Less excellent. Smash him.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
I'll definitely be having the loot. But Crusader back in front. Carry on. Yeah, we can loot stuff. We know, we've been here before.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Yeah, he says leave nothing unchecked. But you find some just Iron Maidens. Don't open Iron Maidens. Sometimes they have loot, but more often than not, they'll close, trap your hero inside, and now he's got claustrophobia. So the narrator is not entirely on our side. He's taking far too much pleasure in this. Also, this little white bar, stress, when that gets to the top, they will wig out. As the torchlight goes down, they'll stress out because it's getting darker.
An ambush.
I want that.
Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Yeah. Get bashed. Yeah, bleed. Excellent. More bleeding. The bleed effects do stack. He's now taking 4 damage around. Oh. Now this one, because the little dots, the little yellow dots are where he has to be in my party lineup. 4 is the maximum you can have in your party. The little yellow dots, where he's got to be. The little red dots, where he can hit with that power. If the dots are lined up, it means he'll hit all of them. This guy's got bollocks all health, so that will let him hit this guy as well.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Back off, scumbag. The white number that came up here, when your guys do well, it chills them out. They feel better about their life, so they lose stress, which is a good thing. Let's see if we can clonk this guy on the head. Excellent. Now make him bleed.
Confidence surges.
Victory.
The enemy crumbles.
And loot. Now we could just click that to complete the adventure, or Bandit's trapped chest. Well, I'm not entirely convinced we actually want to open that. There are traps in here for people who just try and open everything. Some things, doesn't matter how many run-throughs you make, how many dice rolls you make, some things will always be bad. I'm gonna bet the Bandit's trap chest is one of them. So both our guys have made it up to level 1, and our Crusader tree is now a Runes Explorer, and I am a Runes Scrounger. Excellent. But scrounging when I put my mind to it.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
Captain Cheerful. No, you don't. Okay, so this is our town from which we're pushing back towards the ancestral home. We open it up as we go along through the missions. To start with,
most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion. Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses, all will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
So,
a sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
yeah, not so much. She's the healer. Healing is very useful in this game. Each turn, I think, is a week. each time we go into the dungeon and come back out again, from the stagecoach there'll be a new set of heroes. You can only take 4 in at a time. I'm pretty sure you have to take a complete squad of 4. We can have a maximum of 9 heroes in the roster. We can upgrade this so that more heroes will turn up each turn, and we can have more heroes. To start with, I think I'm just going to increase that.
Ambition is stirring in distant cities. We can use this.
Maybe twice, because then I get a complete party each turn. But I don't know if I'm going to need a complete party each turn. Yeah, what the hey, we'll save some of those. So,
a mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
The narrator is ace. The theme, the feel, the sense of humour. It's Monty Python does Call of Cthulhu, and it rocks. I will turn him off at some point during this series because he does get a little repetitive, but for the moment, the narrator is cool. Let's have a quick look at our new guys. Okay. Your heroes start with a random selection from their possible class skills. Later on, you'll be able to retrain them to have different ones. Well, that's not a bad selection. That one would be nice to have because it's a bigger heal. That's a smaller heal, but it heals everybody at one go. Weak grip on life. Oh, you bint. Mind you, hatred of mankind. I can work with that. You've got your preferred position and your preferred target. She likes to be further back in the party, which is fine. I am happy with my healer being at the back. Yeah, good, okay. A Bluthmania, obsessed with cleanliness. He may have come to the wrong party. Something else. You can rename your heroes, as I did with my first 2. So any of you guys who would like to have a hero named for you, feel free to let me know. Be aware, there will be a fatality rate in this game, so you may end up with your named hero in the graveyard, but you're more than welcome to claim heroes. There's a variety of different classes, which I'm not sure if I can find a list of right now. No, I don't think so. But there's a bunch of them. There's Bounty Hunter, a sort of barbarian-y type, an occultist who's quite into his tentacles. There's the Crusader, the Highwayman, Witch Doctor, the Vestal Virgin, who's a healer. There's a Jester. There's a Grave Robber, who chucks knives and has a pickaxe. Who else is there? That might be it, actually. I think there's about 8 different types of heroes, so there's plenty to choose from if you want one. For now, I think it's time to skirmish in the ruins. Now, I've only got 4 guys. I need to make a party of 4, so that's fairly simplistic. You can change the order that they start out in. So that will be your party's marching order. Now the Crusader's pretty smashy. Most of his special powers require being at the front. So that's where I want him to be. The Rogue has a mixture of front and middle, so he can be 2nd rank. The Witch Doctor's got middle and back. Mace Smash, okay. So most of her healing works from the back, and she's got a smash in the face from the front. I'm going to put her at the back anyway, because if my party gets surprised or if somebody does something weird, she might get dragged to the front. At which point she can smash me in the face while I'm scrabbling to sort out my party lineup.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Either yours or theirs. It's up to you if you want to spend the cash. So, your people are going to need to eat while they're in the dungeon. This one's quite short, so probably only taking... Each of your party members will eat one bit of food. There may well be obstacles. If you don't have a shovel, all of your party will take some damage and gain a chunk of stress. So, I'm a fan of shovels. One will probably be enough. Torches to keep the light level up. I don't often bother with many of this. What was I going to say? Who knows? Oh well.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
So, our mission is complete 100% of the room battles. Okay, that's where we are. That's where we're going. That's our kit. Pick a room and head off. Yeah. Oh, really?
Cruel machinations spring to life with a singular purpose.
Each of these little squares is a potential encounter. To move from here to there, the torchlight will be going down all of the time. It will cost you about one torch to get between a room, unless you're backtracking through something you've already explored.
The way is lit, the path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Yeah. That's one of those Iron Maidens I was talking about. We're not going to open that. And nobody home. Okay. Sometimes it appears to be a random dice roll. You will end up scouting ahead. So I can see that there's containers and a fight. But this is where we're going, so whatever that fight is, empty bastards. Yeah, fair, right. We're just gonna have to bash them. With the light, the lower the light gets, the more stressed your lads get. The lower the light gets, the more dangerous things are, but also the higher the chance of finding good loot. At the moment, I'm more interested in survival than shiny loot.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
And that's why I'm going to turn the narrator off at some point. Okay, we surprised them this time, which means we get a free round of combat. Stun. No, I think we're just going to slice people up. There we go. Some of her powers, for example, this one says torch +5. When I kick that off, if it hits, it boosts my torch a little bit. Oh, I think we're going to make this dirty spider bleed. There we go. Oh. Groovy. Stun the healer. Why not? Does he have any healing powers? No. Right. Let's just kill that then.
Give them no quarter.
One of the interesting things, the only way to heal outside of combat is either eating the food or camping, which is something that comes up later on. So though she's got healing special powers, she can't heal herself until we actually get into a fight. Which is fine, that's what we're here to do. What are you? Yeah, go on then. And that's why looting everything is dangerous in this game. So, as I'm going to try and avoid backtracking, we're going there. Jenga. Free torch. These things are usually safe. I've never had them explode at me. See, he's just taking damage from this blight he picked up earlier on.
The light, the promise of safety.
Oh, really? Now, she can heal everybody, or she can do an attack, which if she hits will heal herself. So we'll go with that. Now, monsters, like our characters, have their preferred places in the lineup. This guy's a crossbowman. If I let him stay at the back, he'll just keep pissing crossbow bolts at me. But if I can kill a couple, well, one of these guys, he'll be too close to the front to fire his crossbow, so he'll end up jabbing me with that little bayonet, which is much more survivable. Now, monster type unholy plus damage, monster type unholy. But that'll hit the front two guys, and probably still kill him.
As the
There we go.
falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Yeah, faint hope my ass. We're gonna kill everything.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Oh, he's undead so he won't bleed, but that'll still do more damage. See, this one will hit the front three people, but his damage will be dropped by 50% when he does it. That one only drops by 15%. There's only one of them to hit, so happy days. Now, really, we'd like to get the healer to have a go. So, if you just pass a turn, your hero suffers stress because he's not doing anything. There we go. I think just heal herself.
A devastating blow.
Everybody liked that one, except the witch doctor, who wasn't
This
impressed.
expedition at least promises success.
Yeah. Stashed heirlooms. These things are used for upgrading the buildings in town. They're well worth having. Oh, that's a shiny thing. Oh, now look.
How quickly the tide turns.
Yeah. Fuck you and your turning tide. Okay, boys. Let's start with laying down some fire. Six, 8, 5, 10, 40%. No. There we go. Cutting down on enemy numbers as quickly as possible is a definite plan. The healing in this, I can heal everybody in the party for 1 to 2 points. They're all hitting for 4 to 7 if they don't crit. You really do need to get the numbers down before you spend time healing yourself. Though some of those guys are a bit hurt. enough. Yeah, more healing. Oh, not the time. Thank you. And the healer's getting a little stressed back there. But extra damage. There we go.
Executed with impunity.
Okay, now we can afford to mess around a little bit, because he's not going to do much damage. If we leave it too many rounds, our lads will get upset because we're dicking about for too long. But if we can give her a couple of turns, she can put some more heals into these guys. So we'll just wing him, or entirely miss, you know, whatever. Ah, that will bump our torch. Okay. Right. Heal everyone. There we go. And now we'll knock him off.
Well struck. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Yeah. Well, turns out we found all of the fights. So, yeah, what could go wrong? Oh, lovely. Well, there you go. That's what could go wrong. Anytime he's below half health, he's going to get stressed out much quicker. Okay. Now I have two choices. I can try and loot the rest of the dungeon for extra shiny things, or I can bail out now because I've completed my quest objectives. We're not that stressed and we're not that hurt, so I'm going to finish tatting the place. Though I should have sorted out my party order before I did that. There we go. One of the obstructions I was talking about.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
What are you? A forsaken confession booth. It hasn't been used in years. Well, we'll send the nun into there then. Hey, Jenga. She just lost her negative trait.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Okay, next room. Ah, yeah, this is the hunger thing. You do have the option to starve, but you will take damage and gain stress. As it is, we have food, so we'll do that. Oh.
Ancient traps lie in wait, unsprung and thirsting for blood.
Shinies. Oh, dope. Unfortunately, I only brought one shovel with me, so actually, I wonder if we can backtrack. I don't think I've ever tried that. Okay, so we can backtrack, but it stresses the lads out.
without tools of iron. You must rely on flesh and indefatigable purpose.
Locked display cabinet. You can bring keys with you. I haven't brought any with me. They could be valuables. Usually these things turn out to be trapped. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Not an ideal start. Stun, resist, bleed, blight. Blight will affect you, okay. Stun? No stun resist. So we could blight them or we could stun them. We'll try stunning them. Excellent. I'm so glad I spent time deciding which of those two I wanted to do. Okay, tree, come on, kill something. No, at least you didn't miss. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking this is probably our last fight, so I'm not too worried about healing until somebody gets critical. For the moment, I'll concentrate on... Thank you. Just trying to put these guys down. Back off. 5 and 3, okay. That's minus 40%. But I still think... Oh, one of them's better. Yeah, there you go. Come on, boys, finish him off. Jenga.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Yeah, screw you, hippie. Now, you can eat your food just like this.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Mm-hmm. Okay, last room's empty. The only thing we haven't done is explored there and opened that. But we're plenty stressed out, we're a bit hurt, we've done the mission. Let's head back to town.
Room by room, hall by hall, we reclaim what is ours.
Damn Skippy. Okay, people gain traits. Winded. Off guard. Ooh, you wanker. The zoophobia. Ah dear. I had one of these Vestals in another run through who caught rabies. That was just... This is my rabid virgin. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Once, our estate was the envy of this land.
Well, cheers for that inspiring pep talk. So we've opened up 2 new buildings, both of which are to do with stress relief, which is good because we've gained some stress. More importantly, we've also gained a bunch of cash.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey calls to the faithful.
This is the caretaker, who I think is actually the narrator. He will periodically switch around, so he's always filling up one of the slots.
fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
Well, there you go. So he'll either be in one of the slots in here or in one of the slots in the tavern. Some people will have certain things that they can and can't do to relax. Like Tree the Crusader is God-fearing. He will only pray for stress relief, which is there. I am a known cheat, so I'm not allowed to gamble. However, me and Tree, we're pretty chilled at the moment. Woodville and Montfort, they're not so chilled, so we need to sort that out. Okay. Yeah, reduce the cost is nice.
Gilded icons and dogmatic rituals. For some, a tonic against the bloodshed.
3-6, 3-6, okay. Well, you can pray, you can, no, pray, you meditate. Now, I think I'm going to leave this first jaunt there. Next time we'll hire a new bunch of heroes from here and send them in for the next wave. So, until next time, have a good one and enjoy the dark.